I mean, winning feels amazing. Winning's good. That's why we play the games, to win the games, to compete against a very good UIC team. I mean, obviously they won 8 in a row, hottest team in our league. Their defense is tough to go against. They switch 5 ways. They rebound the ball like maniacs. Our guys fought, set a tone early in the game with our defense, our intensity that carried through most of the game. We had some lapses, but it was, winning is a lot better than losing. I hate losing more than anything in this world, and to win is a nice sense of relief.
You talked about the need to soul search after the Belmont game. In between then and now, just what are some of the things that you might have learned heading up to this game?
That I got a tough group of guys that want to continue to compete. Like I told them, this 25-26 book, we had a bad chapter. We had a nightmarish chapter, but the book's not being done written yet. There's a lot of games left. February is where teams take the biggest leaps into postseason, so we need to have a really good February. The guys taking on the mission, and hopefully that we can keep this momentum from this game and carry it on the road against another good team in the Missouri Valley Conference, Southern Illinois, who just went into Illinois State and got a win. So there's nothing easy here. Hopefully we can look at our mistakes, learn from them, look at what we did better, and learn from that too, and then take it into Friday night.
Speaking of setting the tone, you guys took it inside out of the gate.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we always try to do. We try to get inside. I mean, Fred is a big-time force. He was awesome for us again tonight. 16 points, 14 rebounds. I mean, just a force in there. We got to get it into him. We got to set the tone early. We got to get it in there, and we got to score at the rim. And then after we get the rim and they start collapsing, we got to kick out threes. But it was a team effort. I mean, everybody did their job. We had Mason out tonight with a bruised hand. I couldn't really catch the ball with his right hand, so we were down a guy, and some other guys picked up their game and played more extended minutes than normal for us, and really played well.
Well, that was going to be the next question with Roman starting. If it was an intentional decision or due to the injury.
Probably a little bit of both. I mean, Mason was in and out of practice the last couple of days, couldn't really catch the ball. With him hobbling a little bit, I wanted to give Roman a crack at the 3, and obviously, his talent is so phenomenal. I want to get him extended minutes. He's going to play, he's going to be playing more minutes as we go forward through this journey, unless there's foul trouble or some sort of injury or something like that, because he is a special talent. He's really got so much better since he first got here, and he keeps getting better. And he was the only one that really has the ability against their aggressive defense, because he's size, and the way he can pass and manipulate the defenses with his pass fakes, ball fakes, and eye fakes. That could really was able to get us out of a lot of trouble when their defense intensity and their traps started picking up.
We'll talk about Shorter and Tenor.
Yeah, I mean, we have a team. I mean, some nights it's not going to be, your night. And Braden Shorter with an amazing rebound late in the game was huge, offensive rebound. His ability to make threes, we need that out there. He was too afraid tonight, missed a couple ones that he probably wants back. JJ Traynor was awesome with his leadership. He had a couple open threes that he usually makes, but he was awesome. KJ Tenor made a huge 3 that's very important. So everybody stepped up when they needed it, when we needed it, and KJ was awesome for us. The whole team, anybody that was in there that got time, did something that contributed to winning.
What was the conversation like with Roman as he was preparing to start tonight?
Just like your growth is, everybody goes through a growth pattern when they first come to college. You come in as a freshman, unless you're like one of the top 5 players in the country. Usually, you come in, you every level you go up, there's a difference. And his growth from the first day he got here, and he got here late because he was playing under 20s for the French national team. So he got here in August, and his growth has been amazing. But his growth has gone from non-starter playing 15 minutes to being a non-starter playing 25 to being a starter playing probably 30, because he's such a talented player. I got to get him in there more, and tonight he did, and that's kind of the conversation with him. You've passed test 1, you've passed test 2, now you go to test 3 and see if you can pass that one, being a starter and being a major contributor for a really good team.
So you were concerned about the rebounds. You won the battle there. You're pretty proud about that.
Yeah, I mean, they're such a good offensive rebounding team. They're the best in the league. They're number 1 in the Missouri Valley Conference at offensive board play. They're the number one in our league, forcing turnovers. We've turned the ball over too much, especially the first half. We probably could have got off to a bigger lead if we didn't have so many empty possessions. We had 10 first half turnovers. We kind of cleaned it up the second half with 6, but they put so much pressure on their switching defenses. Can be a little bit tough to go to because they're so unique. But we handled it better the second half. If we would have handled it better from the get-go, we probably would have been able to stretch out our first half lead to double digits, and would have been a little bit easier. But nothing's easy in this league. Rob's a good coach. UIC's a good team. They won 8 in a row. They're the hottest team in the league. So it was good to get a win.
Will this be the same starting 5 for Friday against Southern Illinois?
I mean, we'll look at it. We'll see where our health is at, and we'll make a determination through practice.
And then with Southern Illinois coming in Friday, obviously, as you mentioned, coming off a huge win, just between now and then, what are some of the biggest points that you're going to emphasize to the team?
Just like we'll get into the lab tomorrow. We'll get into the film room. We'll watch this game, good and bad. We'll watch SIU. And we'll see what went right for us last game 1. What went wrong for us game 1. We'll try to keep doing what we did game 1 right, and show them on film, and show them that the mistakes we made, the mistakes we need to correct, because the road games will be hard. So we'll show them that. We'll get some shots up. We'll stay process oriented. Thursday we'll prep for them, and then Friday we'll go play the game. And compete like heck, because it's going to be a tough game on the road. Road games are hard, and Missouri Valley Conference road games are very, very hard.
This may be a weird question, I don't know. I don't think I'll play on Friday. Is there any adjustments there?
I mean, just these games are quick turnarounds, so we have to have fresh bodies, fresh minds. So the biggest thing for us is look at stuff that we need to do well for Friday's game. Mentally recharge and mentally focus tomorrow and go through film and prep. Thursday, practice really intense for an hour and a half. Going over the details of what we need to do on Friday night. And then Friday night, do our shoot around and go play the game. That's what we need to do. Scott Nagy's a great coach, so they're going to have some tricks up their sleeves, so we have to be ready for them.
And correct me if I'm wrong, it seemed like the substitution patterns were a little bit different today. Was it more just kind of based on the flow of the game?
It was probably injury-driven a little bit. There was probably some. I mean, Matisse didn't get in the second half, not because I didn't want to. I thought he could have played there. I just thought we had a really good flow there for a little while when we stretched out the lead, and I kind of wanted to keep that group of guys out on the court. But, the reason why some of it changed a little bit is because of Mason's injury. But like I said, Roman's going to play more minutes going forward. I think at him at 21, 22 minutes, he probably can get closer to 30 minutes going forward night. And then hopefully Fred's stamina and lack of foul trouble can keep him in at 30 minutes or so a night because he's such a force down there. But other than that, it's going to be, J.J. Trainers, his minutes are probably pretty high too, just because he's such a good leader for us, and he's a vocal leader, and he does it with his actions, and he plays so hard. So, but like I said, the roles could change on this team every day, depending on practice, depending on opponent. It could change inside the game, depending on how the flow of the game goes. So it's kind of a game by game basis. I love my team. I like my team. So sometimes it's one guy's night, sometimes it's not the other guy's night. Hopefully they can stay focused through the adversity, not having the bigger opportunity that sometimes they're accustomed to.